Hi, I'm Kristin Kons. Today I'm going to show you how to cook amaranth. Amaranth is one of my most favorite breakfast cereals, and it's not a grain at all. It's actually a pseudo grain, so it's a seed. So first we're going to get the water boiling. You take 3 cups of water and you just stick it in your pan. And I always keep the lid on so we can get it boiling fast, and then I put it on high heat. And then I'm going to come over here and show you my little secret of using kombu. Kombu is a seaweed, and it hardly has any taste at all, so it doesn't have that fishy taste that a lot of seaweeds have. And this is a whole piece of kombu. I usually use a half a piece. It's about 3 or 4 inches. It doesn't matter. So about a piece that big maybe. And I use my nifty nut and spice grinder. And the reason I love this one is because it actually comes apart. And it's stainless steel, so that you can stick it in the dishwasher if you want. Some of them don't come apart, which I don't like. So I just kind of break the kombu up, whoops, and stick it in there, and then grind it into a powder. You can stick the whole piece of kombu in the, actually we'll do both. I'll show you how it comes out with a piece of kombu in there so you can see what it looks like. It just kind of expands, and then you can take it out before you eat the amaranth, or you can grind it into a powder, which is what I usually do. So you just keep it in there, and you know the kids don't know it's in there, the husband doesn't know it's in there, but it's in there, and it's like adding a multivitamin to your food, so I absolutely love it. So let's grind this up real quick. Okay, and that should about do it. And it's just a, you know, well, actually it's a little bigger, but it's a powder. And then you can just stick that into the water. So I just stick it in there, and we're going to wait for it to come to a boil. So I'll tell you a little bit about amaranth. So amaranth has twice the calcium that milk has, and it's a highly absorbable type of calcium. So it's really great for vegetarians or vegans or just a healthy diet, and for people that are or ladies that are pregnant. And I just love it for my breakfast cereal. It's hot, you know, when you're freezing in the morning and you want to just warm up a little. Love it. So I store mine in a mason jar in the pantry. I buy it in smaller amounts so it doesn't go rancid or anything. And you're just going to put a cup of the amaranth in there. So it's a cup of amaranth to 3 cups of water, or sometimes I use chicken broth or vegetable broth. Today I'm going to make my apple cinnamon amaranth, and I'll share that recipe with you. It's online. And but if you want to use the broth, you can make almost like grits and do butter, salt, and pepper, and it's so delicious. So I think the water is just about boiling, so I'm going to dump the cup of amaranth into our water, and I'm going to put the top on, and we're going to set the timer for 30 minutes, and we will be back with you in 30 minutes. No need to stir or mess with it. It is just fine. I'll see you soon. Okay, I forgot to tell you a really important part. After you've brought the water to a boil, you want to bring it down to a simmer. And what that means is usually it's on low or maybe 1 on your stove. And come on over here, I want to show you what a true simmer looks like in case you might not be familiar. It's just lightly bubbling, and that's exactly what you want it to do, just a light bubble, and we'll keep that lid on there, and we'll keep it on low, and you don't have to touch it, and I'll be back with you in 15 minutes when it's all done cooking, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so the timer just went off, and we're going to take a look. Come on over here and see how our amaranth is doing. So it simmered for 30 minutes, and you can see this thin liquid or water layer on top. It looks like it's not done, but we're going to give it a good stir and just incorporate all of that water, and really it is done. It's perfectly done. I'm going to take it off, turn the heat off, and you just give it a good stir and get all that water incorporated in there, and it's perfectly done. And if it seems a little too watery, every once in a while it'll seem a little too watery, put the top back on and continue to let it cook for another 3 to 5 minutes. It's not always a perfect measurement for some reason, but 30 minutes usually does the trick. I also want to show you what the kombu looks like. Remember we put that big piece of kombu in there? So our other kombu just blended in, and this is what the kombu, it almost expands. It looks exactly like seaweed, just like you see it in the ocean. And so all you do is take it out with some tongs and you can toss it in the trash, which I hate to do because it's wonderful. So you're still getting a lot of the nutrients in there, but that's why I like to just grind it. But you're still getting a lot of the nutrients, so if you don't want to eat it and you don't want it in there, that's not a problem at all. So that's perfectly cooked amaranth, and you can add your butter and your salt and pepper, or you can do the apple cinnamon amaranth. You can check out that recipe and use your own imagination and enjoy.